Hello everyone, welcome to data structure class. In today class, I am going to explain third chapter of the second module based on queue. As we know in the first module, I have told you the definition of queue. Uh, Queue is a linear data structure where the element can be inserted from one end and deleted from the other end. In this example, earlier what I have taken, this image will be of in the flipped position. Bus stop will be at this side, people will be standing from this one. But in this one, I have flipped the image. I have taken bus stop this side so that people come from the right end and move to the bus from the left end. Why I have taken this like this? Because array values always start from zeroth location. So in order to represent properly, I have started from front will be this side, rear will be in the right side. Okay. So whenever a bus came, the first person will be moving out from the queue. That is why it is called as first in, first out. So in this example, I am going to store the five element. You can say 5%. Whenever the first person came from the rear end, he will move and he will stop at zero location. Okay, so say that first person position. I can say first element position is 0. That is from the rear end. Then second will be on the first position. Third person will be on second position, and fourth and fifth people will be obtained at third and fourth position. And if I have taken the queue size is of 5, uh, here I have taken queue size of 5. It means that I can store maximum of 5 element. Okay, and I have taken a pre-processive statement has defined queue size of 5. So whenever I need any new queue, that time I specify queue size means 5 location will be allocated. So uh, in this, till now I added only 3 items. So whenever the first person came, first element is inserted from the rear end, you will come and take the position at 0th one, and then second element at first position, third element at second position, like that. From the rear end, where they are going to insert the element. What is the position of rear now? The position of rear is 2. Add 2, 30 will be stored. So that q of rear equal to 30. It means that 30 is stored at q at location 2. From which end? The rear end. Okay. The front end is required for deleting the element. Okay. So the first operation is inserting an element into queue. So, like in the stack, in order to insert any element, first we check that whether the queue is full or not. How to check the queue is full or not? In this, we start from the 0th location. We reached up to 4th location. 4 means if queue size is 5, then it is queue size minus 1. Then whenever we reach queue size minus 1, then queue is full. So, which end you have to inserting the element? From the rear end we are inserting element. Check that if rear equal to q size minus 1, that time it is full. Okay. If this condition fails, indicate that q is not full, we can insert the element. Okay. Then here, what is the position of rear now? Rear position is 2. I want to insert the element at third position. Then what I have to do? I have to increment the rear value. Rear equal to rear plus 1. Earlier it is 2, now it becomes 3. So at the q of 3, I want to insert the new item. New item can be 40 here. So q of rear is 3 now. At this place, I'm going to insert the new item 40. So always the left side will be the value required. Right side is the item what we have. So item 40 we contain. It will be assigned to q of rear at position 3. This can be represented by making use of an function. Void insert rear. If rear equal to q size minus 1, it is overflow return. If this condition fails, indicate that q not full, we can insert a element into it. So these two statements will be written here, and these two statements can be replaced with a single one, q of plus plus rear equal to item. Okay. Then uh, deleting an element from the queue, like stack, here also we have to check that if you want to delete any element, first check that will it contain any elements or not. If no elements are there, then there is no case of deleting an element. So first check that whether queue is empty or not. How to check the queue is empty or not? Uh, just look at here. First one rear. Now at this example, rear will be at this place. Okay. If I delete the first element, then 20 and 30 will come at these two position. Then rear will come at this position. Then if I delete 20 also, then front and rear will be at same position. Then if I delete this element also, then front will be greater than rear. When front equal to 0 is there, only one element contain. Then if front is greater than rear means that the queue is empty. So check that. If front is greater than rear, return -1. Indicate that queue is empty. No elements are there. If it contain one element, then front and rears are equal. If no elements are there, then front is greater than rear. Then if this condition fails, indicate that uh, queue contain some element. You can delete the element from it. From where to delete the element? From which end? From the front end. So front end is from front end you have to delete the element. For that you have to write return queue of front plus plus. So first element will be deleted again, next from next onwards second and third element will be deleted one by one. So we can represent this example by using the function. Okay. Then displaying an elements of an queue. Again, in order to display an elements of an queue, first check that whether the queue is empty or not. If it contain elements, then only we are going to display the elements of it. In that, if first condition fails, again it contain the elements, we can display them. So how to display the elements of queue? Uh, Here, don't consider for deleting the element. Don't consider this. While display of queue, check that whether queue is uh, empty or not. Then come for the displaying the elements of queue. Elements of queue equal to, for I equal to 0, I less than equal to rear. I less than equal to rear means if I have taken from 3 element, check for all the condition because we are inserting from which end? Rear end. So display initial I rear equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it reach up to 4th. So check for all the element. I less than equal to rear I plus plus. Then percentage d q of I. So I from 0, 10 will be displayed. Q of 1 to 20 will be displayed. Q of 2, 30 will be displayed. So on until it is to the rear, all the elements are displayed. You don't consider this statement because this one is for deleting the element. Okay. This is how the queue operations are performed. Now, including all three insert, delete, and display, we can write the only one function that is called the main function. Here, for double semicolon, indicate that it is always true. Okay. Uh, I can say that front equal to 0, rear equal to -1. If front greater than rear, that time it is that say that the queue is empty. Okay. So front is 0, rear is -1 means that front is greater than 0. At that time, the queue is empty. Okay. Then these four already we know. We are reading the choice for 1, 2, 3. So it is of choice will be in terms of number. So it is integer. Read it. Percentage D ampersand choice. Then we get into the choice condition. Case 1 for enter the item to be inserted. In the while explaining the function, I'm not asked for the item. So now I'm asking here. For example, q of plus plus rear equal to item I just told. But what is that item I'm inserting? I'm not told in that function. So here I'm asking for the item. So call the insert rear. That value will be copied here. Then come out of that loop. Similarly, which item I have deleted, I am not displayed in the function. So I am just calling the function delete front. Delete front. So deleted item will be assigned to which variable? Item. So left side is required value. If 10 is deleted, so item becomes 10 now. If it is not, if it is equal to -1, it is empty. Okay. If it is not equal to -1, deleted item should be displayed. Then third for display. Then exit of 0. Okay. This is the explanation regarding queue and its operation. So in the next class, I am going to explain uh, this is regarding linear queue. Next is circular queue, then priority queue, then double-ended queue. Like we have many other different types of queues are there. In next class, I am going to explain it. Okay, thank you.